Hello, this is Adam Henderson coming to you with another game analysis. This one was a game that I played against Carl Johnson. We'll start that in a moment. Uh, but before I do that, I just want to look at the entry list for Word Cup. And I might even actually, before I do that, just take a peek at the entry list for South Bend. And the reason I'm curious about this is because I've found that this is a surprisingly successful event because we have 48, 58, 74, and 80. I'm not good at math, but yeah, it looks like the total registered, and this is just for the NWL, is 260, and we have just 38 in Collins. I'm a little surprised that Collins is so much smaller, because I thought we had more people that were interested in Collins. Josh Sokol is playing in the Collins division. And I'm curious if Josh is playing in Word Cup this year because I've been hearing like him say something like, "Well, I was just in Albuquerque. The question is, am I going again?" And the answer is yes. I'd love it if he was in NWL, but because that would mean I would have a chance to play him. But yeah, I think he's switching. He hasn't really indicated that he's wavering on switching to CSW. So let's take a look. Let's see if he's in CSW here. Oh, that's Linwood. Okay. My bad. I clicked on Linwood for some reason. No. So it looks like the Word Cup portion is sponsored by Coco. I mean the Collins division. That's Early Bird. Yeah, here it is. So there are 26 people signed up for Collins division. And oh yeah, there's Josh. He's signed up. So it'll be good to see him there. I don't know if I'll bump into him. Um, I do like Josh. He's got a great channel. He's got some really good insights. Um, yeah, that's all I want to say there. Ooh, Wellington is. Oh yeah, I think what Josh was saying was Wellington and the other ones from. He said it seemed like there was some doubt on whether they could get their visas because unfortunately, it's difficult to get visas. But I share Josh's sentiment. I hope they I think it's Nigeria. I hope they show up. I think that it'll be more exciting with especially with Wellington there. Um, let's see here. There's a lot of different ratings and it's confusing me. There's a Coco rating, there's a Wespa rating, and there's a WePo rating. I guess Wellington's NASPA rating I think is the one that's super high. And Josh was saying because of like the way something about I don't know. He was saying for some reason Wellington's rating was inflated. I think that might be the case, but I don't really fully understand why. Um, oh, the thing I really wanted to do was just kind of look over. I know I'm kind of rambling here. I wanted to look over 48. That's actually a pretty large division. So I'm glad that NASPA's nationals is so um, successful this year. I'm a little bit surprised. I felt like maybe this year people were going to be more frugal and not spend so much on the plane ticket and um, hotel, but I guess the economy is not really doing that all that bad. It's hard to really judge like how well the economy is doing because there's so many negative articles saying that we're going into a recession when it's probably not true at all. But anyway, it'll be very interesting and exciting to watch the NASPA Nationals. I do feel like, especially because the Division One field has so many strong players, quite a bit stronger, quite a bit larger than the World Cup one. And also the fact that it has the kind of 5 game um, finals against the two top finishers. It does feel like NASPA at this point is the one where it has the more legitimate champion. I guess if I'm gonna root for someone, I guess it'll be Mac Miller. I don't know if he's ever won a correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if he's ever won a nationals before, and he's just a really nice guy, and I would be quite satisfied if that was the end result was he was the new champion. I do feel like being the NASPA Scrabble champion kind of comes with it a little bit of responsibility to the game, just to a responsibility in like putting yourself out there, giving interviews, giving thoughts, and even if like you're a little bit awkward, I think you still have that responsibility to do interviews because people like I think Joel Sherman even went on TV, like, and he gave an awkward interview, but like people like understood, okay, yeah, these people are going to be a little bit quirky. Anyway, I'm rambling. I wanted to take a look at my own situation for who I'm going to be up against. Like I said in the last video, it's quite a bit milder as far as the group I'm going to be in, but it's still going to be a Division One, and it's going to be my first Division One. So I just kind of want to look over the who I'm playing again, see if there's anyone new. So the last time there was 36. Okay, now there's 37. A lot of these people I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of these people I have played before at past nationals, but I don't feel like I really know a lot of these people. So I'm just taking a look here. My rating in WePo is currently just over 1700, which means I couldn't play in Division 2 if I wanted to, but if I had the option, I probably would, because I'm kind of going into this knowing full well that it's going to be kind of an upward battle, to put it lightly. Okay, so now we have some more stronger players here. I don't remember. Okay, Saint. He goes by Saint Narasis. He's a very nice guy. Jerry Lerman. I think that's the new one. I don't remember him being on the. His name rings a bell. I just want to see if I can put a face to him. He's not someone that really like has a YouTube channel or anything like that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I've never played him before. So I will get to play some new people, and that's always actually a challenge and fun. I feel like the people that I've played before, I'm a little bit less intimidated by than the ones I've never played before because I kind of don't know what to expect. The main thing that I worry about when I'm playing some of these top players is whether or not they're going to play a phony against me, because if I've never played them before, I'm more likely to just let any phony they play slide because I have no like history of knowing whether they play phonies or not. Like with Jackson Smiley, I know he's probably more likely than not to play at least one phony against me, so I know to hold anything he plays that I'm not immediately sure of. But yeah, a lot of these people. Oh, Nigel's signed up. I'm surprised his rating is so low. Okay. Yeah, Nigel is way underrated in his WePo rating, so it's kind of weird that his rating is so much lower than his NASPA rating. So yeah, all right. Before I show you the game against Carl Johnson, I just kind of want to tamper people's expectations for my own performance in this tournament. Um, because I don't want people to expect that I'm gonna like gain another 100 rating points like I did. I don't know if it was 100, but it was maybe closer to 80. I gained at New Orleans earlier this year. I don't want there to be like some expectation that I'm gonna gain another 80 rating points from this tournament. I do have a better opportunity to do that just because I'm playing higher rated people. But higher, what comes along with that is that you're also more, when you're in a division like this, you're also more likely to get a lot of losses. So I think that's probably the likely outcome is I'm going to have more losses than wins in this tournament. But what we can do with that is I can analyze the games after the tournament, and hopefully they'll be worth analyzing. They'll be exciting games. They'll be good Scrabble, and you guys can learn along with me because I'm probably not going to learn too much during the tournament, but then as I analyze my losses after the tournament, it'll be interesting. I don't. I've gotten to the point where I don't really like analyzing wins as much as I like analyzing losses. For a big tournament like this, I probably want to analyze the wins anyway, and it'll make for some good content as well because you'll never know whether I'm analyzing a win or a loss until the end. Uh, but I don't know. I just feel a little weird analyzing wins, but maybe I shouldn't. Give your thoughts down below. Uh, so we're gonna move on, and we're gonna take a look at this game I played against Carl Johnson. And unfortunately, I didn't take a picture of this game after the game. Um, I mean, both Nigel Peltier and Carl Johnson are like amazingly strong players. So maybe it was that distracted me enough to not take a picture after. So Carl opened with Paeta, and I don't remember if he opens vertically or horizontally. I always assume people open horizontally by default, but I don't remember if Carl's one of those verties or not. I might remember at some point. But yeah, I think he opens horizontally. I somewhat vaguely remember Phrygian coming down here. I don't see how this could be the wrong play. This is my first move of the game. Bifid. I don't see how that's at all better. I think Frigid is better. Oh, I'm not sure if I played it Frigid here or if I played Frigid here. That's a good question. I might have played it here just for the frigidity. I tend to like to play it in a situation where I can later extend it because I do like extending words. So I'm guessing I played it here, but it's not certain. If I did play it in the other spot, it's because I didn't like putting the F next to the double letter score. So I'm not entirely sure. But this positioning opens the board, but with players that are a lot stronger than me, I'm not sure that I really want to open the board, so maybe I did put it in the other position. He plays Kine for 36. Okay, so I did put it in here just like I thought. Alright. So it wasn't enough for me to try and close the board, because I do prefer open board games position, but his rating wasn't enough for me to try to close down the board. I don't think it would have done me any good. I'm so used to playing open positions that even if my opponent is a lot stronger than me, I still prefer open boards. So I think that was correct. So I played weak here, but said I should have played... Yeah, I do like belief better. I think I just missed that. That's fine. He plays a bingo with inertial. It says that the first blank played was a C. Yeah, it looks like the first blank played was a C, so I'm guessing this was a natural. So inertial plays for 59. I think that was where it was played. Okay, I drew the first blank, which is... Yeah, okay, so I had unbelief, which I didn't see. So I had to go with fungible here. That's fine. And he plays Ani here, which I held but didn't challenge. So I was really tempted to challenge Ani just because it looked so phony. But I have all the 4-letter words on my wall up here. Let me see if I got that one. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't challenge it. That was the move that I held in this game that I really wanted to challenge, but I backed off of it. It was one of those cases where it looked really phony to me, but I also was considering who I was playing, and I think the consideration of who I was playing overruled my desire to challenge it because of who I was playing. So that was the correct logic in this case. Also, Dozy was worth a ton of points, so there was that too. So yep, that happened. I got really lucky here. He plays Ambo for 27. And this board is actually fairly closed. And I don't think that was my intention, even though I was playing a stronger player, was to keep the board closed. I'm not really sure. I think a lot of these plays just seemed forced, like weak and dozy, because I didn't see unbelief. Or, I didn't see belief. So here, I've got some awkward tiles, but I also got some really good tiles, like the X and the Y. The Y is actually a surprisingly good tile, especially when you've learned a lot of words. I don't really see the Y as a hindrance like I used to. So it's saying that I should oh yeah, I did play frigidly. That's exactly what I did. And good on me for my placement of frigid, because I was able to extend it just like I had planned. So he plays Nog. And at this point, I think I've got. It's not a strong lead, but it's a good lead, especially on a board that's pretty closed, like this one. And I was thinking that if I was going to win this game, keeping the board closed at this point with a because he makes kind of a small scoring play, only 13 points. So I'm ahead by 22 here, and it's my turn. So if I can score points here without opening up the board, that's what I should do. And I did have the X left behind. So it says I should play Tux here. Oh, I didn't see the Galax hook. Yeah, that would have been an excellent play. I played X for 41. Yeah, the other good thing that X does is that it blocks a potential bingo lane from that W. So that was really attractive to me. And as you can see, it scores fairly well. Yeah, I think Tux is better than Vex just because ERTV is such a strong leave. So I agree with kind of these choices. Yeah, I do think Exert is better than my play. I'm not sure if Tix is better than my play. I do think Exert, all these three are better than my play. And I think it was just I didn't see any of these. Exert was a little bit of a tricky find. Alright, yeah, so I went with X. I felt like I was under a lot of pressure just playing somebody of Carl's caliber. Alright. So here he plays Ode, and I don't know where. He plays it for 19. Okay, so that opens up a bingo lane, but it's not really a great lane because if he does bingo in that B column, then I have potentially a big comeback play on the A column. So I don't think I was particularly worried about that new bingo lane. So here I played Vault, so that does block the lane anyway, and just looked like it was the best of my options, and I think it probably was. And here he plays Pung, which was another one that I held. And this one, I also came really close to challenging. Yeah. This was another weird one. So let's see what Pung is. A box-shaped sleigh. So I'm glad I didn't challenge this one either. I didn't see Torah. I think that takes an S hook, so I don't think that's any good as a play. Here I just played Ah. So Ah's good because it doesn't open anything else, anything up. So it kind of likes R for 9 less points. Or just, okay, Hid doesn't open anything. I'm not sure if it's better than Ah though. Galav was just another tricky hook I didn't see. But the thing about Ra is I don't think it's any good because it opens up 2 more lanes. I don't think Ra can be the right play. Or, yeah, there's enough vowels left that I think this is a good play. Torah is not a good play. I think Or is okay. And there's 2 C's left. So yeah, I think or maybe is better than my play of ah. Played ah. He plays jades. So now this is where he starts his comeback. Because I was up by quite a bit. Because I just kept scoring. But despite his playing jades, I'm still in a good position here. Because it's still, I'm up 31 points and it's my turn. So my strategy still hasn't changed at this point. I still want to keep the board closed. So yeah, I wasn't sure of Vire. Yeah, that's one I should write down. I obviously I could use some help with just learning my fours, but I've got them almost all written down, and I look at them every once in a while, but I don't think doing that is enough. I'm not entirely sure. I guess I could do. The only thing that comes to mind is I guess I could do aerolith. The reason I don't like doing aerolith is because of the time pressure factor that aerolith has, but it is an option. Anyway, I'll think about it. Let's see. Rift. Is what I played, so it looks like that was the second best option. Yeah, I just didn't know if Vire was a word. I wasn't sure of it. So the Rift comes down. I still have the V for next play and to potentially close down the board more. So he plays Varric here, keeping up the scoring pressure. That actually scores quite a bit of points. So out of that exchange, he gains another 10 points on me. And suddenly I'm not as comfortable as I was, because before I was up 31, now I'm only up 21. So I started to get a little bit worried at this point. But at this point, I like opening the board isn't really an option. I'm kind of committed to keeping the board closed. So what happens here? So my best play here is just playing. Yeah, that can't be right. Because that just opens another Bringa lane. That can't be right. Go. That doesn't score hardly anything. What did I end up playing? I actually did play Ope here for 5. Yeah, because EIORSV is such a strong leave that I could potentially bingo. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I did play Ope here. I figured out that EIORSV is just really strong. Let's see if I can find out how strong it is. I did reason that that was a very strong leave, and that was why I played Ope. Okay, I can't find out. So actually V actually helps this leave of EIORS. So looks like it won't tell me exactly what the equity is of the 6-tile leave, but it looks to be like slightly less than 25. So maybe 23 or 24. It's a pretty strong leave if you have a 23, a positive 23 leave. So yeah, I like this play of Ope. I think that was a good play. And here it was surprising. Carl exchanges 5, so I don't know. I don't know what he had here. And here I actually bingo. Says I should play Travois here. I guess I just didn't see it. I did see the ovaries play, just that one's really easy to find, so I played that one. And he didn't have a bingo coming back. He played homiest. Trying to figure. Oh, okay. I see where it plays. I don't know what his last tile was here. So I have this. Oh, I had coquitos. I didn't see that play. Yeah, that would have been nice if I would have found that. Yeah, I didn't see coquitos. It was a word I knew, shows I was capable of finding it. I think I might have been low on time. But I wasn't necessarily looking for the little time I had, maybe it was like 5 or 6 minutes. I wasn't spending that time looking for a bingo. I figured it was better. I figured it was better for me to just try to figure out the end game without bingoing and not look for a bingo. And I think that was probably a better decision for time management. So I'm not actually safe in this position. And I couldn't... I think I looked at his tiles because I had tracked correctly, and I wrote down Carnals ? I don't think that's a word. Yeah, there's no 7 in there. And I'm not sure if there's an 8 through the I. I did eventually gamble that there was no 8 through the I because I didn't see one. And there isn't. And I'm really lucky that there was not. He absolutely could have had a bingo there. I would have been screwed. So here I made kind of a mistake. I'm not really sure why I did this. There's probably a safer way to do this. Alright, 1 second. So I wrote down quintos with an S, and I wasn't sure of it, so I didn't play it. So quinto is not a word with the S. Let's see if it's good without the S. Okay, there's no quinto. So I'm glad I didn't try that. So that would have put the cue where I wanted it to go. Yeah. There's a coquintos though. Alright, yeah. These a lot of these just don't make any sense to me. I'm guessing there wasn't anything through the A either. Yeah. There couldn't have been anything through the R. So I guess my play of courts here just doesn't make a lot of sense. I guess the only reason I played it was because I wanted to score some points, but that was probably the wrong thinking here. And I think this was also kind of a panic move because I was running low on time and was like, okay, I just have to play something and hope it's correct. And I guess I reasoned that I didn't think the T or the S was going to be a problem here. But let's see if he had something. I don't think there'd be anything through the S or the T, so yeah. I was just really lucky that he had such an awkward rack at the end here, because if there was something that was good, he would have played it. So he did try something that he wasn't sure if it was a word. He tried sarcinal, which I believe I did challenge this because it was an outplay. So sarcina is a word, but it doesn't take the L. It takes an E or an S, I think. Which is kind of a weird thing that it takes the E and the S but not the L. But when I saw it, I wasn't sure. Yeah, even if it was valid, I would have still won the game. So that was lucky for me because it didn't hit the double. So I did challenge this. And I think I was low on time, so I just went with 2 for 5 points. And that was the game. And so I did get a nice victory off of Carl Johnson. And yeah, great, great game. I feel good about how I played in this game. And yeah, if you have any comments, please, or thoughts on this game. I try to be humble because I know that I do make a lot of mistakes. So if you saw one of those mistakes, feel free to point those out. And yeah. And please like and subscribe. Trying to grow my channel as much as I can. And alright, see you in the next video.